Old rivals square off in Middleton Saturday night on the wisconsinprepzone.com Game of the Week. The Cardinals hosting Verona in a Big 8 boys hockey showdown. Middleton's Jake Buns is the star early, breaking up a Verona 2-on-1 here. And watch this breakout from behind his own net, getting away from 3 stick checks in his own zone, and another in neutral ice before snapping off a wicked wrist shot that beats Alex Jones to put the Cardinals up 1-0.
And he's got a howitzer for a shot. I mean, he shoots that puck, it's a rocket. And, the thing is he's going to have to continue to adapt and learn because guys are going to try and take him away like crazy, because he's got a shot like that.
Here's Buns again off the right wall, but Jones comes up with the glove save. Later in the first, the Cardinals are pressing again, but there's Verona's Noah Maurer to sweep the puck out of danger. And the Wildcats start to turn things around. Zach Jones draws the defense and backhand feeds Charlie Parker open in the slot, and he goes top shelf past Max McConnell to tie it at 1. Buns again tries Jones's glove hand, but the goaltender gets this one from the point. Last minute of the first, and Verona's Zach Kurlick wins the draw back to Zach Jones, whose slapper rings the crossbar, and we go to the intermission tied at 1. The Wildcats open the second on a power play, and Kurlick threads a nice pass for a wide-open Zach Jones, who buries it into the open net for a 2-1 Verona lead. Jacob Taylor has a great chance here off a turnover, but McConnell makes a blocker save. And McConnell gets some help from Vaughn Kotler here, getting a stick on Liam Schmidt just before he taps the loose puck into the open net. Verona really has the pressure on now, but McConnell denies Schmidt on a breakaway. Middleton's Jack Kivistad gets a shot in on Jones, and Kevin Wolfinger follows up, but Kivistad had knocked the net off, so there's no goal. Verona gets a 5-on-3 advantage later in the second, but McConnell comes up big on this Kurlick drive and the rebounds. And the Wildcats can't convert here either, and the Cardinals get a boost from killing off the 2-man advantage.
That 5-on-3 kill should have been a bigger momentum swing than it actually was, because we made some great plays on it, some just tough player blocks on it, and we really didn't carry that momentum out like, we should have.
Max kind of was being a Grinch there. Couldn't tuck it in the stocking, but, we bounced back.
The Wildcats have to kill a penalty first, but once they do, they take a 2-goal lead when Kurlick feeds Taylor, whose backhand finds daylight underneath McConnell. Middleton has a 2-on-1 here, and Danny Klagos fires from the left circle, but Jones makes another one of his 18 saves.
Alex Jones, being a freshman, getting a couple good games here, he definitely wanted to test him to get him involved right away. He saw some shots in the first, a little bit of nerves, but he definitely buckled down when the time came right for the second half of that game and felt very comfortable in net.
The Cardinals go on the man advantage after Joe Stevens gets called for hitting from behind, and Middleton talks it over in a timeout and pulls its goalie for a 2-man advantage. But the Verona penalty kill holds up, and the Cardinals are left to defend the empty net, which Wolfinger does nicely here. But it's Verona's night, and its turn for bragging rights after a 3-1 victory that takes the Wildcats to 6-0 in the Big 8.
Middleton Verona has been a rivalry for years. A lot of these kids grew up playing together, in the same organization. Now they play together a lot in the off season as well. So the rivalry stays. The bragging rights are always there between the Southwest West Side Madison here. So it's our guys get up for it definitely every year. Sometimes we psych ourselves out a little bit, but today tried to just take it as a normal game preparation wise as best we could and came out on top.